In the quiet corners of my heart, I never envisioned my marriage unraveling from a single calmly uttered sentence. Just one night with him, please. Her name was Elise, and for nearly 10 years we had built a life bound by the comforts of routine, the glow of shared laughter, and the steady rhythm of companionship. Mornings meant coffee in mismatched mugs, fingers brushing as we reached for the sugar. Friday nights were sacred rituals. Cuddle on the sofa under a familiar quilt, immersed in the stories of our favorite series. Saturdays were for teasing debates at the market over whether to indulge in the expensive bread or stick to practicality. Life wasn't extravagant, but it was solid, safe. I believed it was unshakable. Elise had spent the last 6 years thriving at a prestigious marketing agency. Her ambition had always burned bright, a fire that drew me to her. But over the past few months, something shifted. Her wardrobe became more polished, her late nights at work more frequent, and her explanations vague yet plausible. Then a name began to surface more often in our conversations. Victor Langston, her boss. Wealthy, charming, recently single, a man who drew attention with ease and held it without trying. At first, I brushed it off. Victor, who wouldn't find such a man intriguing? But over time, her interest in him grew from harmless admiration into something heavier. Victor was never physically present in our home, yet he haunted our space through Elise's words. At dinner, she'd quote his insights. During casual chats, she'd reference his advice or strategies with a reverence that stung. Slowly, she began to draw comparisons, not with malice, but with subtlety. Victor would have approached it differently, she'd say, or Victor always nails a pitch. Each mention was like a small crack in our foundation. I didn't realize how deep those cracks ran until the night everything broke. We were sitting in the kitchen, remnant of a risotto dinner growing cold between us. Elise set her wine glass down and met my eyes with unsettling composure. "I know this sounds insane, Thomas," she began, her tone disturbingly calm. "But Victor invited me to Napa, just the two of us. He feels there's something between us. He wants one night. No strings. I'll come back after. I promise." Time seemed to bend in that moment. Her glass trembled slightly, mirroring the tremor in my chest. My pulse pounded, but my thoughts were lucid. This wasn't a momentary lapse. It was a calculated choice. Not a plea for permission, but a test of how much of myself I was willing to compromise to keep her. "You want a night with him?" I asked, my voice even detached. She nodded, her face resolute but tired. "Just one night. Nothing has to change." I didn't respond. I pushed my chair back, its legs scraping against the wood floor, and walked to the bedroom. From the closet, I pulled out the old duffel bag we'd used on our honeymoon in Capri, the zipper still stiff from disuse. One by one, I packed my sweaters, my books, fragment of a life we had shared. Elise followed, confusion rising in her voice. "What are you doing?" "Giving you what you asked for," I said, folding a shirt with care. "If one night with him is what you need, then take it. Take every night." "I'm done." She laughed nervously, unsure if I was bluffing. But I wasn't. I stayed up that night, the glow of my laptop illuminating the divorce papers I reviewed with my attorney. By morning, I handed her the signed documents. "You were willing to trade everything we had for one night," I told her, my voice steady despite the pain clawing at my insides. "Now you're free. No more secrets. No more pretending." Her facade cracked. She begged, her voice breaking as she insisted it had been a mistake, that she never meant to hurt me, that she'd stay if I gave her another chance. But her regret couldn't undo what her request had revealed. The betrayal wasn't in the act. It was in how easily she considered it, as if 10 years together could be risked for a passing temptation. What followed was a blur, lawyers, silence, and the slow dismantling of a shared life. She moved in with her cousin across town. Through whispers and acquaintances, I heard that her weekend in Napa hadn't led to the sweeping romance she'd imagined. To Victor, it was exactly what he'd promised. One night, nothing more. A year later, she left a voicemail, her voice raw and trembling. "You were right, Thomas. I was stupid. I lost everything for nothing. I'm sorry." I listened once, then deleted it. There was nothing left to say. 3 years have passed. I now live in Seattle, running a modest branding studio from a cozy home office. The loneliness that once stung like an open wound has healed into strength. I found peace in the little things. The tap of rain on the window, the satisfaction of good work, the freedom to live by my own values. As for Elise, she got her one night, but it cost her everything we'd built. She thought a single slip wouldn't matter, that love could survive a temporary detour. But Rayall love doesn't flirt with temptation. It commits, every day, even when no one's watching. When she looked into my eyes and asked to step away, she unknowingly revealed that her heart had already left. I didn't lose a wife that night. I let go of an illusion, a version of Elise that existed only in memory. And in doing so, I found something far more valuable. The strength to seek the love I truly deserve and the clarity to never settle for less.